My phone. Gotta do an official live stream now because my last live stream was not it. Had all the service interruptions, but now I'm inside. Wi-Fi should be fine. Let me pull up the portfolio and my Twitter as well. Give me 1 second. All right, get the portfolio pulled up. Bloodbath, of course. Go to my Twitter. So I want to pull up the results for Hims and Tempest earnings. Let's see. I'm also gonna pull up some articles. But thank you guys for joining. Want to talk a little bit about earnings for Tempest and Hims. It's been a bloodbath for the portfolio. I'm sure you guys had a red day today as well. I mean, it's been a massacre. Hey, Warrior, good to see you alive. But yeah, man, I'm hanging in there. I'm barely alive. Let me share my screen. Hold on. I'm hanging in there, man. How are you? How you doing, Moses? Bloodbath. It's all part of the game, man. All part of the game. You can't have these huge run-ups without a cool-off. It hurt badly? Yeah, bro. Same here. I think everyone's hurting right now. Unless you're in like a like a super safe dividend focus ETF or something, then you're hurting right now. Me, I'm in, high growth stocks. I was in the top 2 performers for the year, and now I feel like this is the worst performer for the week. So, I mean, we're still up amazing on the year, but we've had quite the pullback. I'm not stressing. I actually bought a lot of stocks today. Did some shopping. Rest in peace. I'm down 17% this week too. Yeah, man. It's just part of it. It happens. It's just part of the game. You know what I mean? Can't get excited when stuff goes up, and you can't get discouraged and upset when things go down. And I think if you're a true investor, you've been in the game for a while. I think you should be looking at this and getting excited. A lot of good opportunities in the market. A lot of good buys. Grab the Vaseline and a rope for after that effing. Yeah, I'm with you. Anybody knows a rope store or Vaseline store? Send me the location. Because I need some. Yeah, it was brutal. But no, so I want to talk about what I bought today as well. So I have some covered calls, made some good premiums, really good premiums actually. And today I bought around 10 shares of Hims. I think like 16 more shares of SoFi and a lot more Nebius. I mean, Nebius is below 35. That's a great buy in my opinion. I've been buying that like crazy, trying to get a position built out. I mean, it's only like a little over 1% of my portfolio now, so I got a long ways to go before it really has a material impact on the portfolio. But I mean, I'd like to get it up to at least 10%. I think its potential is big long term. It's around under a $10 billion market cap now after the drop. Founder-led company. And when I say growing extremely fast, it doesn't even justify it. It's a hyper growth stock. Like it's a hyper growth stock. We're talking 400% revenue growth. Insane. So no, it's not a cheap stock by any means, but when you take into account the growth, I mean, we're talking about 750 million and $1 billion in ARR by the end of the year. So, if they reach those numbers, then the stock's valuation is okay. But when you invest in growth stocks like this, you're going to have weeks and days like this. It's just part of it. So bought a whole bunch. Michael, what's up, man? Bought a whole bunch of Hims and Amazon today. I think Amazon is a steal around here because of the future investments they have. Yeah, I agree. I love Amazon. That's one of my favorite Mag 7s. Amazon and Meta, those are my favorite. I probably like Meta the most, but Amazon, honestly, I'd say Amazon's my second favorite. Maybe Nvidia is my second favorite, actually. But my least favorite, Apple, dude. Don't even talk about Apple. You talk about Apple, I'm banning you from the stream. Not owning any Apple, man. Overvalued AF. Northeast Florida Fishing Channel. Got my eyes on RDNT stock. Let's look at that real quick. RDNT. Radnet. Let's see. Imaging services, physicians. Founded in 1980. Under 5 billion market cap. I mean, it looks interesting, man. I'll have to look into it. Looks really interesting. Small cap company. I don't know if it's founder led. I don't know if it's growing. I'm not sure if they're profitable or going to be profitable soon. I don't really know much about it, but it does look interesting. I'll look into it. Hold on, I see a question here. How far would Tesla have to drop for you to consider buying? Probably. I mean, to consider buying below 250, but I mean to actually buy, that's a different story. I mean, I get this question a lot, like, what's a good buy zone for this? And usually my answer is like, just the lower the better. That's really my go-to. Well, is Hims a buy? What's a good buy range for Hinge? Well, the lower the better. I mean, I like it under 45, but guess what? I like it better under 40. So, but how far would thoughts on Upstart? I like Upstart. I like SoFi better. I mean, Upstart's just a lender. Yeah, they use AI for if qualifying people for loans, but I'll go with SoFi over Upstart. But I'm not opposed to Upstart. I'm not an Upstart hater. I still like it. Have this while driving back from school. Yeah, man, just a little late night stream. Nothing much, nothing crazy. But yeah, man, we did some shopping. I mean, on days like today, it's just a sale, so did a lot of shopping today. But no, I'm bullish Tesla long term. You can't be unbullish on Tesla long term. But I had an average cost in the past around 140, sold around 260. I mean, I like to see it under 300, but am I going to go start pounding the table buying? Probably not. I see more growth in these companies that I own right here. I have over 700 shares of SoFi as of this week, less volatile and insane growth prospects. Yeah, I agree. And we're talking triple-digit EPS growth. So SoFi slept on right now. I think around 15 was a buy. Now it's like, I think around 14. Yeah, a little over 14. It was like in the 13s today. That's a solid buy. I picked up a lot of SoFi today. I picked up like 16 shares. I'm going to try and double my SoFi position, but honestly, I'm just going to keep buying it. As long as it's in this range, this $12 to $16 range, I'm going to keep buying. Same with Nebius. It stays in the 30s, I'm buying. Even low 40s, I'm gonna still be buying. Like I said, it's only around 1%. Nate Dogg said, "You ever spread or make options for free? Ever spread? I don't know. I just do covered calls. I sell covered calls. I use those premiums to buy more shares. I don't use it for income, but these are all my options expiring on Friday, and now it's 8 p.m. So that's my strategy with covered calls. I usually go pretty out of the money, pretty far out of the money. But some of them are kind of close. I mean, Tempest is at 61, but I can always roll them out and up. So I'm not really worried about that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tempest go in the low 50s because the market's in a selling mood right now. I mean, it all depends on Nvidia earnings. I think we're gonna have a real like make or break moment tomorrow. If Nvidia, thing is, even if Nvidia comes in with great numbers, it's kind of already priced in. Like last earnings call, you had Nvidia crush earnings and insane numbers, but the stock still sold off. So you could very well see that again. But if Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, goes on there and starts talking about AI and gets people hyped up and maybe drops a few bombshells, then yeah, I think we'll see AI stocks and the whole market, honestly, big tech, bounce back. So, what stocks are you watching right now? Tesla, Rocket Lab, Lemonade. I mean, my watch list isn't a great like tell of it. I mean, AMD's on my watch list. Robinhood, I think Robinhood's a really good buy right now under 50. Really interested in Robinhood. I've considered that a lot. I mean, Palantir under 90. I don't think it's a buy. I think it's still insanely expensive, but I mean, it was at like 125 not too long ago. So we got some big dips. Like the market's been selling, like really selling off these growth stocks, and the market could just be going to a risk off environment. So they're selling off the high risk growth plays for some safer options. But man, like it's been brutal out here. It's been a brutal week. Insane. Hood and SoFi are competitors. Would you really invest in both at the same time? See, I disagree. I don't think Hood and SoFi are competitors at all. I mean, I guess you could say their invest platform is competitors, like they're competing there. But I think when you look at SoFi, it's going to be a one stop shop financial institution, digital banking, investing, credit cards, loans, everything. I don't really think that's Robinhood's approach. So, I think Robinhood's, is like has the invest side dominated. And I've mentioned before, like I don't plan on leaving Robinhood ever. Um, Even if SoFi improves I mean, they'd have to really improve their invest platform, but Robinhood's just the best of the best in my opinion. So, um, I like thinking of it like this. Robinhood's is going to be the future Charles Schwab or Fidelity. That's who they're coming for. Um, SoFi is going to be the future Bank of America or JP Morgan or Wells Fargo. That's how I think they can both coexist and both do extremely well. So, um, but that's my opinion. I agree. Although if SoFi, one second, I can't see your comment. You said I agree. Although if SoFi hones in on their investment platform, they might compete more directly for sure. I mean, for Christ's sake, they need to get level one options already. I mean, it's been a while, but I mean, it's really SoFi Plus. I believe level one options will come this year. I know SoFi investors probably been saying that every year, but um, yeah, they'd have to really improve regardless, I don't think any invest platform's touching Robinhood. I don't. I think Robinhood has already dominated that space. Hi, Elijah. Question. I hope it's okay. You were more bullish on Hims or Tempest, and why? Thanks. I'd probably say Tempest. I mean, Tempest is around 60% of my portfolio, which is insane, but that's after the big run it's had. My average cost is in the 40s. So I'd say I'm more bullish on Tempest. But I mean, Hims, dude, after Hims earnings, I'm extremely bullish on Hims. I mean, their revenue growth was ridiculous. I think around 95% year over year. I mean, they raised 2025 guidance by 50%. I love to hear from management about the whole GLP-1 stuff that they're not going to, try to fight the FDA or big pharma with the compounded semaglutide. They're moving on. They're going to get into liraglutide in the future, and they're going to focus on their oral solution. They're not going to get in a full-fledged war with the FDA, which is what I was worried about. So I'm glad management made that decision. But yeah, I'd say more bullish on Tempest. But dude, I'm so bullish on all my companies, especially after the pullback. Dude, I'm pounding the table buying right now. I mean, Hims in the 30s, dude. Sign me up. Thanks for taking my question. You don't have to thank me, dude. You're good. You don't have to thank me at all. I like answering questions. I like to hear your guys' opinions. And what stocks did y'all buy this week? Did y'all buy anything this week or today? Honestly, it's only Tuesday, so like I said, I'm really curious on how Nvidia earnings are going to impact the market. Same, bought more Hims, lots of other stuff too. What other stuff did you buy? I'm curious. By the way, brother, on top of being a top tier investor, you also have a great camera presence. I think your YouTube channel will grow a lot. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm trying. I try to take an honest, transparent approach. I'm not trying to be like these guys I think they're better than everybody else and trying to sell you some course or whatever. Google, Meta, Nvidia, and Hims. I like all those, dude. I like all those. Those are all great companies, and I think they're all very attractive. More SoFi and Hims at 40. Beautiful. LifeMD. I've heard LifeMD a lot. I heard it's like a mini Hims. I'm not going to be investing in it just because if they're a mini Hims, they're going to be competing with Hims and Hers. And I don't want to own a company that's going against Hims and Hers. I mean, their execution is top tier. Hood, yep, it's a great buy. Love that. Yeah. I mean, dude, look at this. I want to pull up LifeMD. I wonder how they're reacting with all the Hims news. Yeah, see, they took a beating today too. Yep. Not surprised. Ooh, that's brutal. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not buying LifeMD. I've looked into it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but I'm just more interested in Hims. I mean, I think LifeMD is under like a 1 billion market cap, but Hims under a 10 billion now. Dude. It's a buy. When Hims is back in the 50s and 60s, I don't want to hear, man, I wish I could have got in earlier. They're not really a mini Hims, kind of. They have their own doctors, also offer doctor visits per the monthly subscription fee, which Hims is not offering. They're nowhere near as efficient as Hims. Okay, I get it. So maybe sounds like they're a little focused on more focused on doctors and like doctor visits, maybe. How did you learn your investment knowledge? Do you have mentors? For the most part, I mean, I'm self-taught, but I've also kind of been in and out and just studying the markets for years. But I'd say my dad probably got me into it first, and then I watch a ton of finance YouTubers and creators. I mean, I used to be a fan of Fired Up Wealth, not so much anymore. I think he's a cool dude, but I just don't really agree with all of his investments and investment strategies. I really recommend Joseph Carlson. He is very knowledgeable, will give good information, teaches you a lot about compounding. Who else? I was a big fan of Financial Education. Jeremy, I think he's all right. I think he's a good dude. Don't completely align with all of his investments, but dude, that's what makes all of us investors unique. You know what I mean? Everybody's portfolio is gonna be different. Everybody's conviction and thoughts gonna be different. So, um, but yeah, I like all those guys. Joseph Carlson for sure, and Tevis. Tevis is dope. Love Tevis. Future investing. Tanner's cool, and Crossroads Roy. He's cool as well. Um, but the stock is super duper cheap. Price to sales is around 1.5. Yeah, I've heard it's ridiculously cheap. So if it works out, then we get a little multiple expansion as well. That'll be great if you're a shareholder. Nate Dogg, you were dead on predicting a 20% move on Hims. Unfortunately, it was the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, dude, all eyes are on Hims' earnings and what they're going to do with their weight loss solution. But what I think was the biggest thing is I predicted that guidance was going to be slashed, like cut a big amount due to the GLP-1s and semaglutide coming off shortage. I thought they were going to revise downward big time, but they raised 2025 guidance by 50%, 2.3 to 2.4 billion in revenue for a $10 billion company. So yeah, market's being insanely optimistic or pessimistic right now, and I think it's a great buying opportunity. My biggest buy for this week, though, is TMF. I've heard about TMF. One of the creators I used to watch a long time ago used to preach about that. I just don't understand. It has to do with like bonds and interest rates or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Treasury. I don't know. But I mean, obviously, I'm a very concentrated growth investor. So yeah, it's riskier. You're gonna have days like this, but dude, I'm game. I have a strong risk tolerance. All these companies are growing extremely fast, most of which are profitable or going to be profitable soon. So I'm not worried. Balls of steel, baby, balls of steel. TLT is a long-term bond ETF. TMS of 3x leverage ETL on top of that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew it was something like with bonds or something, but